Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cacao. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and important topic: the natural compounds inside cacao that offer powerful benefits for your health, your heart, your brain, and even your mood. So we'll be exploring antioxidants, flavonoids, theobromine, and how they work in the body, and why cacao is such a special source of all of this magic. So before we even get into it, let's make sure that we're coming from a really receptive space. So we want to prime our mind to be in that really luscious state of learning, of absorbing information. And we do that by calming our mind, by deepening our breath. So let's take a deep breath in together. Exhaling out on sound if it's helping you, activating the vagus nerve. Cueing your central nervous system that it is okay to relax. It is safe to be in the present moment. Taking another deep breath in. Exhaling out on sound. And just allowing your body to begin to melt. Melting any stress away. Melting your awareness back into your body, back into your heart. So often when we're moving through our day to day, our thoughts are on the past. Our thoughts are on the future of what we need to do, what we need to get done, what we should have done better, what we could have done better. And all of our energy gets siphoned from the present moment because our attention is really focusing on different points in time. So when we allow ourselves the fundamental practice of coming back into our present moment, coming back into our body, bringing our awareness, our energy back into our being, we're calling this energy back to us as we bring our attention back into our heart. And when we have more energy in our body, more energy and awareness in our being, then we have more creative energy to play with, because our creative energy isn't tied up in possibilities in the future or things of the past that we wish we could change. Our energy is right here and now. So with that understanding, that knowing, taking a deep breath into your heart, into your body, feeling more and more of your energy coming home to you, more and more of your awareness coming home to you, and just relaxing your mind, relaxing and softening your brain. And maybe you see like a beautiful soft feather floating from your mind, landing within your heart, receiving with gentleness as you would hold water, cup water within your hands, holding the awareness of who you are with such softness, such openness, such receptivity. And as you allow yourself to relax, relaxing even more into this moment, into your own embrace, letting your brainwave states move from beta, maybe they're in high beta, move to beta into alpha, allowing more coherence into your field. Relaxing the shoulders, the jaw, the hips, as you really prime yourself, opening yourself up. Practice the state of being that you wish to carry yourself in the world. Relaxing the eyelids, the forehead, the brow. Feeling the breath becoming softer. More energy coming back into your heart, into this moment. Freeing up space for deeper listening. For allowing new connections to form in the brain. Because when we have those old tapes running, those old beliefs, those old thoughts, it takes up a lot of space, a lot of energy. And sometimes we're so full that there's no new information that can come in. So just allowing the shifting of your energy. And if you find your mind is wandering, every time you bring it back like a little puppy, now it's time to sit. Now it's time to relax. Every time you bring that mind, that inner puppy of you, back to sit down, you liberate more and more energy. You bring more and more of you home. So just the act of becoming aware of the thoughts that you're thinking means you're also doing it right. There is no doing it wrong. So trust yourself, trust the process, trust this moment, and allow your hips to open up, allowing your feet, your legs, allowing your legs to feel strong, allowing your core to feel strong and stable, like a beautiful tree that's been growing for maybe half a century or centuries. The spirit that lives within you is centuries old, eons. And letting that grounded wisdom really anchor you in to your own power, to this present moment where all things are possible. And as you continue to flow your energy from your mind into your heart, and then just relaxing from your heart all the way down through your hips, through your legs, opening up your feet, and seeing these beautiful roots begin to unfurl down to the heart of the earth, connecting in with this beautiful planet that we are on, this rock that is spinning through space at this time, being loved into order, being held in perfect harmony of how much you don't need to do, how much you don't need to carry to simply exist here in this moment. And then allowing whatever wisdom is arising from Gaia consciousness, from the earth, the crystalline realms of the earth, the wisdom, the plants, the elementals, the stone rock wisdom keepers, flowing this energy up and through your legs, feeling the grounding, the presence, the connection to three-dimensional reality in a harmonious way, in a coherent way, flowing this energy up into your knees, into your legs, your hips, rooting your first energy center down, rooting your second energy center, opening up into your solar plexus, feeling this grounding force presence, moving through your body, allowing for more capability to move within the physical plane, allowing for more groundedness that just allows for more expression, more clarity of expression, and more curiosity. Because when we feel safe in our body, when we feel connected, when we feel grounded, when we feel like we're a part of something, then we can begin to explore. So allowing this energy now to reach the heart, grounded in presence, grounded in love and connection and interconnection, learning from the connection of the plant world, the animal world, how they grow, how they thrive, how they live. And then rooting the crown of our head all the way up towards the heart of the sky, feeling our spine elongating. Maybe you sit up straight, shoulders back, allowing your chin to raise. As we connect in with the heart of the sky, the heart of the moon, the heart of the stars, the heart of the cosmic wisdom, and flowing this energy in to the energy center just above your head, activating this portal of knowing, this portal of remembrance, flowing into your crown, flowing into your brain, activating all the light sensitive parts of your brain to receive more information in a way that you can understand and process with ease and gentleness and grace, and knowing that this light, this energy is just more of you coming home. There's no energy that is separate from you. and is only the frequency of divine love, divine joy, and above. So just allowing more space for that energy to begin to flow in into your eyes so that you may see clearly, into your ears so that you may hear clearly the truth and beauty of who you are, the expression of your being, the nature of your reality, and flowing this energy into your throat, into your voice, that you may speak and articulate clearly, flowing into your shoulders, your arms, activating your hands of light, flowing this through your spine, up and down your spine, coursing through your central nervous system, connecting all of your inner organs, connecting all of the systems of your body, and then flowing this energy right into your heart. This beautiful portal right in the center of our being, this beautiful space that the energy and the medicine of cacao helps to awaken, helps to regulate, helps to stimulate and support. So as we bring our awareness into our heart space, maybe you just first want to place your hands on your heart, closing that circuit of love, the love that you feel in your life, allowing it to flow to yourself as the love and energy that flows from the earth, from the sky, from your heart, through your arms and hands, right back into your heart. And allowing yourself to take a deep breath in here, exhaling out. And if you have your cacao here, then at this moment, very, very gently, without breaking your state, bringing this cup of cacao into your hands, knowing that this cup was grown for you. And how do I know that? Because nobody else on this planet is drinking the same cup that you are. This is a beautiful constellation of unique beings that found their way into your hands right now. I'm thinking about the power, the beauty of that the earth grew this. And if you want to take it one step further, knowing that this was going to be your medicine, and just allowing the opening to receiving that this was grown for you. That the planet conspired, all of consciousness conspired, this beautiful plant of cacao, knowing your frequency, knowing your desires, knowing what you are working through. Let itself create the perfect medicine for you in this moment. So taking in all of that gratitude that this plant did this planet did this, and all of the love that you feel. Maybe there is some resistance to that understanding, but just letting that be okay too. But even if there is just a little bit of willingness to open to that feeling of acceptance of your worthiness, acceptance of the value that you hold. Like I know everybody that's on this call that's listening this far, I'm sure has so much appreciation for every single little bean of cacao that has grown. And so much love and gratitude for each cup that you drink. So let's close this circuit by allowing you to see that you are also the little cacao bean. How much gratitude you have for this plant, allowing that gratitude to flow right into you. The love and appreciation for you showing up, for you being you, just as you are. For the beautiful cup of cacao that you are. And as we open ourselves up to more receptivity, softening our heart, giving thanks to the guardians that tend to the land from which our cacao has come from, giving thanks to all of the elements that it takes to grow cacao that are inherent within it and also inherent within us. Blessing all of the directions, all of the wisdom keepers, all of the teachers, the guides, the elders, those who understand the ways of the plants, the ways of the cosmic wisdom, and the ways of cacao. Calling in whatever support, whatever energy that we need today to feel most supportive, to access that state of wholeness, knowing that you can call it in right at this moment. And just letting yourself receive whatever energy that is. Taking another deep breath in. Exhaling out into a lovely, lovely softening. And as you allow yourself to begin to receive an intention, maybe you hear a whisper, maybe you feel a whisper, maybe you have no intention at all, and all you wish to do is just blow into your cup to activate it with your breath. Or maybe there's an intention that you can't quite find the words to, that feeling where it's like, I can sense it. But just allowing that feeling to be present as you offer that to Mama Cacao so that she can receive you, and then the alchemy will work to unlock whatever doors you need to understand the wisdom that is coming to you at this time. And when you're ready, taking your first sip and fully enjoying every moment of it. Very gently bringing your awareness back into the three-dimensional space. If you wish to listen to the rest of this podcast with your eyes closed, you are more than welcome to. And I find that it is so important to be in the right state of mind when we're learning new information, where we open ourselves up to that space where we can receive something new to come in. And this episode is an exploration for us to really understand some of the science and biological aspects of cacao and how it interacts with our body. So we've heard so much about how cacao informs our health, how it's so great, and there's so much nutrients in it. And I'm sure you've heard a lot of words thrown around with cacao, like it's high in antioxidants, it's high in magnesium. All of these things helps release dopamine. So today what I wanted to do was just dive a little deeper into these aspects because I love to know how. I was somebody that always thought I wasn't very good at sciences. I wasn't very good at math, all these things. But within me is a major fascination for all these things. So I am not a doctor. Just a little disclaimer here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical student. I have no degree in biology or chemistry or anything like that. I did a lot of research and I put together a little episode here trying my best to make this as clear and as fun as possible so that we can really all get the most out of it. And if there's ever a part where you have studied this and you're like, wait, that's not how that works, please reach out to me so I can correct the information, because for me, this is my passion. I research on the internet. So sometimes the internet's wrong, but I tried to reference a lot of different websites to make sure that all of the facts lined up. So I will do my best in that sense. But if you do notice anything that is incorrect and you have a degree or you have an understanding, an in-depth understanding of this, please reach out so that we can correct this information. All right. So, without further ado, let's start by talking about antioxidants. So, antioxidants, I'm sure, is a word that we've heard thrown around in the health and wellness industry. Things that are high in antioxidants, like blueberries, we need to eat more of them, and how it's good for our health, anti-aging, and skin. We had a wonderful guest on a couple episodes ago, Katie Ruffino, who was a physician's assistant turned life coach, and she shared a little bit about how antioxidants work in the body. So we're just going to dive into this a little bit more today. Let's break it down. So at their core, antioxidants are substances. They're molecules that help protect your cells from damage. You can think of antioxidants as your body's personal defense team working behind the scenes to keep things running smoothly. I encourage you, even if you hear words like molecules, antioxidants, things like this, to still allow yourself to be present and not zone out when something gets a little bit technical or sciencey. All right, so imagine that your body is like a busy city with cars zipping around. These cars represent molecules traveling through your body. Now picture some of these cars breaking down and crashing into one another. That's what happens when harmful molecules called free radicals cause damage to your healthy cells. Free radicals are highly reactive and unstable. They've got a missing piece or a missing electron, making them eager to cause some trouble. So this is where antioxidants come in. Antioxidants are the repair workers in the city, swooping in to fix those broken down cars and cleaning up the mess before it gets worse. They stop the free radicals from damaging your cells, which prevents aging, disease, and overall dysfunction in your body. So think of antioxidants as the unsung heroes of cellular health. So how does this process actually work on a biological level? Here's some science behind it. Free radicals are molecules with an unpaired electron. This makes them highly reactive and unstable, like we mentioned before. They'll go around stealing electrons from healthy molecules in your cells, damaging them in the process. They can harm your cell's DNA, proteins, and fats, leading to aging and disease. So antioxidants neutralize free radicals by donating one of their own electrons to stabilize them. By doing this, antioxidants prevent the free radicals from wreaking havoc on our healthy cells, keeping everything in balance and protecting you from harm. So why is this relevant to cacao? Cacao is an amazing, incredible source of antioxidants, particularly flavonoids. These antioxidants are like little powerhouses that work hard to protect your cells from oxidative stress. The imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in the body. So when you consume cacao, you're giving your body a rich dose of these protective flavonoids. But here is the real kicker. Flavonoids in cacao do more than just protect your cells. They support your body in several remarkable ways. All right, so flavonoids help reduce inflammation, which is linked to everything from heart disease to chronic pain. They boost circulation, promoting healthy blood flow, which is great for your brain and your heart health. And because they help fight oxidative stress, flavonoids may also slow down the aging process, making your skin look a little younger, healthier for longer. So when you're enjoying this cup of cacao or your next cup of cacao, you're not just treating your taste buds to something delicious. You're also giving your body a really powerful protective gift that can improve your health and keep your cells thriving and even help your skin glow. Now that we understand antioxidants and why they're important, let's dive into one of the key players in cacao, flavonoids. You may have heard that cacao is packed with flavonoids, but what exactly are they? And how do they benefit your body? Flavonoids are a type of plant compound found in cacao, and they play a big role in the health benefits of the superfood. In fact, flavonoids are responsible for many of cacao's powerful effects on the body. You can think of them as tiny protectors inside the cacao bean, helping to fight off harmful molecules and keeping your body running at its best. But what makes flavonoids so special? All right, let's break that down. Flavonoids are a type of antioxidant, like we discussed earlier, but they're unique because of how they help your body in a specific way. As far as I'm aware, I think there are 6 types of flavonoids. So when you consume cacao, the flavonoids inside it work to improve blood flow in your body. This is particularly important for 2 key areas, your heart and your brain. So let's start with the heart. Flavonoids can help lower blood pressure, making it easier for your heart to pump blood throughout your body. Studies have shown that regular consumption of cacao can help relax blood vessels, improving circulation and reducing the strain on the heart. This means cacao isn't just delicious, it can help keep your heart healthy and strong. And on a biological level, flavonoids achieve this by increasing the production of nitric oxide in the blood vessels, which actually causes the blood vessels to relax and widen. This process helps blood to flow more easily, reducing the risk of hypertension, high blood pressure, and supporting overall cardiovascular health. But the health benefits don't stop there. Flavonoids work wonders on your brain. By improving blood flow to your brain, flavonoids in cacao can boost cognitive function, helping you feel sharper, more focused, even happier. This is because better circulation allows more oxygen and more nutrients to reach your brain cells, giving them the energy that they need to function at their best. And it gets even better because flavonoids also play a role in boosting mood. When you eat cacao, the flavonoids help your brain release neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, those feel-good chemicals that lift your spirits and make you feel more relaxed and content. Now let's talk about the type of flavonoids you'll find in cacao. The primary flavonoid in cacao are flavonols, which is a subgroup of flavonoids. Flavonols are known for their strong antioxidant property, meaning they're excellent at fighting oxidative stress and protecting your cells from damage. They also help improve vascular health and cognitive function. But it's not just the flavonols that make cacao special. Cacao contains a variety of other flavonoids, including procyanidins, which help reduce inflammation in the body. Procyanidins are particularly effective at improving vascular health by protecting blood vessels from damage and supporting healthy blood flow. So when you're enjoying a dark piece of chocolate or a cup of ceremonial cacao, you're getting all these wonderful flavonoids working together to support your overall health. What does this mean in real terms? So while regular consumption of cacao has been linked to lower heart disease, improved brain health, and an even better mood, so by adding cacao to your routine, you're giving your body and mind a powerful gift of rich in antioxidants and flavonoids that promote better circulation of a healthy heart and a sharper and happier brain. Now, let's talk about, drumroll, another very important compound in cacao, its namesake, theobromine. So, theobromine, as we know, Theobroma cacao is its scientific name. If you've ever really wondered about cacao's energizing effects, theobromine is one of the key players behind that. It's often compared to caffeine because they are both stimulants, but theobromine offers a very, very different experience. Unlike caffeine, which primarily works by stimulating the nervous system and giving you that sharp, often jittery energy boost, theobromine acts in a gentler way on the body. So instead of causing a spike and crash that caffeine can bring, theobromine provides this smooth, sustained lift. Imagine like a calm energy that wakes you up without ever leaving you feeling drained. So how does theobromine actually work in your body? Well, it particularly affects the circulatory and bronchial systems, making it very different from the way that caffeine works. Let's break it down. Theobromine is a vasodilator, meaning it widens and relaxes your blood vessels, improving blood flow. When your blood vessels widen, your heart doesn't have to do as much work to pump the blood, which can lower your blood pressure. By promoting better circulation, theobromine helps deliver oxygen and nutrients more efficiently throughout your body. Let's talk about the bronchial system now. So theobromine is a bronchodilator, which, as we can discern from the actual word here, bronchodilator, we're dilating the bronchial system, we're vasodilator, we're dilating the vascular system. Theobromine as a bronchodilator means it relaxes the muscles in your airways, making it easier to breathe. And this is the same effect that's sought after in medications like for asthma. By relaxing the bronchial muscles, theobromine helps open the airways, improving airflow to the lungs. And this can be especially helpful if you're someone who experiences mild respiratory discomfort or simply wants a natural way to support healthy lung function. Another fascinating effect of theobromine is that it can help regulate heart rhythm. Unlike caffeine, which sometimes creates that racing heart or palpitations, theobromine promotes steady and regular heartbeats. It has a mild cardioprotective effect, which may help prevent certain types of heart arrhythmias. But beyond just the physical effects, theobromine is known for having a mood boosting quality. It can improve alertness and support mental clarity, but without the overall stimulation and anxiety that sometimes comes with caffeine. So it works in increasing dopamine levels on the brain, which is the same chemical associated with the feelings of pleasure and motivation. This makes it not only a mood enhancer, but also a mild energizer for both your body and your mind. All right, so how does theobromine operate physically on the body? Let's go back to vasodilation. When theobromine enters your bloodstream, it interacts with the smooth muscles in your blood vessels. These muscles are responsible for contracting and relaxing your blood vessels. Theobromine inhibits the activity of an enzyme called phosphodiesterase, which leads to an increase in the levels of cyclical AMP, CAMP, within the smooth muscle cells. This causes the muscles to relax, allowing the blood vessels to expand, to dilate. Now to bronchodilation and how that operates in the body. So theobromine works as a bronchodilator by relaxing the smooth muscles in your bronchial tubes, the airways leading to your lungs. It does this by inhibiting phosphodiesterase in similar ways in how it works with the blood vessels. This relaxation opens the airways, allowing for more space to enter the lungs and making breathing easier. Tying this in, going back to that place where studies show that theobromine promotes steady and regular heartbeats. I find this fascinating because now we're entering into this kind of where biology meets spirituality. When you think about theobromine in cacao, it's not just about the physical benefits. There's something profoundly beautiful happening here because, especially when you consider what that means on a deeper level, that more spiritual level, this idea of theobromine helping to regulate the heartbeat ties in so well to the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza and the Heart Math Institute. Both of these groundbreaking sources focus on the concept of brain and heart coherence. And now we're looking back at the science between the flavonoids and theobromine and how they all help support brain and heart. The concept of heart-brain coherence is the state where your heart and mind come together in perfect alignment. It's a state where your energy and your emotions and thoughts are all synced up, creating this powerful, harmonious state within your body. So just imagine you have this beautiful, coherent energy emanating from your heart, and then it radiates up towards your mind, and then your mind and your thoughts become all coherent. And then now you have a system that's flowing in coherence, sending out coherent messages, upregulating these things within our body, within our energy levels, within our energetic body from a state of coherence. And now imagine that for a moment with cacao, a plant revered by the Mayan and indigenous wisdom keepers. The Mayans say that cacao not only is a food for your body, but it's a food for the spirit. And that really hit me when I was reading up on theobromine and understanding that it helps to regulate the heartbeat, because it's almost like cacao is helping tune our bodies into a coherent frequency, opening up the heart, the place to receive love, and allowing us to access higher energy, coherent energy, and allowing the system, the flow of information between the heart and the mind to become more clear. As Dr. Joe says, relaxed in the mind, awaken the heart. Relaxed in the mind, awaken the heart. And I feel like that is what cacao does. So cacao really physically primes us and prepares us for a deeper spiritual connection. That's my theory. My theory is that cacao primes us physically for a deeper spiritual connection. Theobromine gently opens our hearts and our minds, like I've said before, opening us up to that state where we're more receptive to the flow of higher consciousness. And if cacao is guiding us into a space where we can meet the divine more easily, we're more easily connected to that universal love, like, wow, that's where it gets even more exciting, because cacao, through its theobromine, also supports the creation of serotonin. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that helps regulate mood and well-being. And serotonin is just a few steps away from N,N-dimethyltryptamine, DMT, the spirit molecule. DMT is associated with profound spiritual experiences, the kind that connect us to something far beyond what is even fathomable by the human brain. So in a way, cacao, in my theory, is helping to prime and prepare our mind and our body and our spirit to step into the realm of the divine, pure consciousness. Isn't that fascinating? That a simple, humble plant can be this profound. Anyway, a little tangent. I dream of maybe one day pairing up with some scientists that we can really see if cacao helps to cohere the heart, if it has any effect or beneficial effects on enhancing heart-brain coherence. And I would love to study the science behind that and get some real data on that. So if anybody has any interest in that and resources, let me know. All right. So let's dive in to our next section. How are you doing so far? I hope good. All right, because now we're going to talk about magnesium. Magnesium is one of the essential minerals in cacao. Magnesium is vital for your body because it helps with so many functions. It supports muscle and nerve function, keeps your bones strong, helps you produce energy in your cells. Without enough magnesium, the body can experience symptoms like muscle cramps, fatigue, trouble sleeping. Magnesium is also known for its calming effect on your nervous system. So if you've ever felt relaxed after drinking cacao, magnesium's partly responsible. It's like a natural relaxant that helps calm your body and mind. It also plays a key role in regulating sleep and helps you fall asleep more easily and stay asleep longer. But here's the thing about magnesium. It's often lacking in today's diet. In this stress-driven world, magnesium is one of the first resources your body taps. Unfortunately, many people in the United States are magnesium deficient, which can cause a range of health issues, including high blood pressure, insomnia, mood disturbances. And what is also more challenging about magnesium is it's not really absorbed that well in supplement form. That's why eating magnesium-rich foods or things like Epsom salts that can soak in through your skin actually help the absorption of magnesium a lot more, because the supplements really, our bodies just can't process them that well. I don't know the science behind that though. So magnesium is especially important in this day and age because it works in synergy with other really key nutrients like vitamin D and calcium. For instance, magnesium can activate vitamin D, which is crucial for calcium absorption. Without enough magnesium, you can't properly absorb calcium, which in turn affects your bone health and overall calcium balance. So this is just one example of how magnesium can impact a variety of bodily functions. One of the greatest benefits of cacao is how rich it is in magnesium, providing a natural source of this essential mineral, far beyond muscle and nerve function. It's involved in over 300 biochemical reactions, including protein synthesis, DNA repair, and energy production. And in short, magnesium is a foundational nutrient for maintaining balance and health in your body. And cacao is a pretty darn yummy way to replenish your magnesium levels. So here's another really fascinating aspect about cacao. Many of the healthy compounds in cacao can cross something called the blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier is a protective shield around your brain, preventing harmful substances from entering while allowing beneficial ones to pass through. While this is great for protecting your brain, it can also mean that not all the nutrients we consume can reach it. However, cacao's key component, theobromine, and the flavonoids are able to cross this barrier, which means they can directly support brain function. This ability is part of what makes cacao so unique and beneficial for your mental health. These compounds help improve mood, increase focus, and even boost memory. So flavonoids, for example, help enhance blood flow to the brain, which provides more oxygen and more nutrients into the brain cells, improving cognitive function, while theobromine provides a gentle, sustained energy boost, contributing to better focus and alertness. By crossing the blood-brain barrier, these cacao compounds have a direct impact on the brain. And that is very unique because there are not many foods out there that actually are strong enough or have the capability to cross the blood-brain barrier. This is something that is really unique about cacao. So now, since we're talking about the brain, moving into the brain. All right, so now let's get into a really fun, juicy topic of neurotransmitters. So what neurotransmitters, you may ask, or you may already know. We have oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. So let's start with oxytocin. Oxytocin, you might be familiar with as the love hormone. It helps you feel close to people and makes you happy when you hug or spend time with a loved one. And when you drink cacao, it can help release oxytocin, making you feel more connected and calm. On a biological level, oxytocin is a neuropeptide essential for social bonding, for trust and emotional well-being. It's involved in childbirth, lactation, and creating emotional connections. So cacao can trigger the release of oxytocin by promoting relaxation and positive social interactions, which is why sharing cacao in rituals or with others enhances feelings of warmth and love. So oxytocin is made in the part of the brain called the hypothalamus. From there, it is released into the body by the pituitary gland, a tiny little structure sitting right behind our eyes. Now, what happens once oxytocin is released? Well, it moves through the bloodstream, reaching different parts of the body and the brain, activating very specific oxytocin receptors. Depending on where it lands, it triggers different effects. In the body, oxytocin plays some essential physical roles, like stimulating uterine contractions during childbirth and helping with milk release during breastfeeding. It's a natural way of supporting life and connection from the very beginning. But where it gets even more fascinating is what oxytocin does in the brain. It acts as a neurotransmitter, shaping how we feel, how we connect, and how we trust. Oxytocin enhances feelings of bonding, trust, empathy, and emotional safety. When we hug someone we care about, we share a meaningful conversation, or we even make warm eye contact, oxytocin is being released then, deepening our sense of connection. And it's not just with people. Research has shown that oxytocin levels is involved in human-animal bonds too. The mutual love between people and their dogs or cats, if you're a cat lover, like me. Oxytocin acts as a natural stress reliever. It helps to reduce cortisol, our main stress hormone, and supports the parasympathetic nervous system, sometimes called the rest and digest state. That's part of why a comforting hug or a kind smile can actually help regulate our whole body. But oxytocin is not simply the good vibes only molecule. Context does matter. Studies have found that while oxytocin promotes trust and bonding within groups, it can also amplify protective feelings towards one's own group, which has interesting implications for understanding group dynamics, conflict, and cooperation. In many ways, oxytocin teaches us something profound. Connection is fundamental to our surviving and our healing. Whether it's a mother's first gaze or a newborn, a shared laugh between friends, or a moment of vulnerability with a loved one, oxytocin is there, silently weaving the fabric of trust, safety, and love. Okay, so that's a little bit about oxytocin. Let's dive into serotonin. So serotonin is another neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger that helps nerve cells communicate. It's deeply involved in regulating mood, sleep, digestion, appetite, and even memory. About 90% of serotonin is actually produced in the gut, not the brain. But in the brain, serotonin is essential for feelings of well-being and emotional stability. Low serotonin levels are often associated with depression, anxiety, and sleeping disorders. And how does this connect to cacao? So cacao is rich in compounds that support the production of serotonin, like tryptophan, an amino acid that is the precursor to serotonin. Tryptophan, I'm sure you've heard this word before, especially in the context of a Thanksgiving dinner or turkey. Tryptophan needs to cross the blood-brain barrier to be converted into serotonin. And cacao, being rich in magnesium and antioxidants, creates the ideal environment for that process of reducing oxidative stress and supporting neurotransmitter balance. That's pretty cool. Beginning to see how it's all starting to weave together, what aspects of the biology are needed in order to cross the blood-brain barrier so that serotonin can be produced in the brain and then spread throughout the body. So next, we're going to dive into dopamine. So dopamine is another major neurotransmitter. There is a lot of buzz around this world nowadays. It is often associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. So dopamine drives desire, goal-oriented behavior, and feelings of satisfaction when we achieve something. It also plays an important role in regulating movement and attention. Low dopamine levels are linked to fatigue, lack of motivation, and even certain neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's. How does this connect to cacao? So cacao contains triacin, an amino acid that's a direct precursor to dopamine. Additionally, the compound phenylethylamine, PEA, found in cacao naturally triggers the release of dopamine. PEA is often called the love chemical because it's associated with the brain chemistry of falling in love. So when you drink cacao, you're essentially feeding your body the raw materials, the building blocks it needs to spark motivation, joy, and vitality. You're actually activating those reward pathways naturally. And I love how it really is the understanding of these raw materials. It's not giving you the direct dopamine hit. You're not drinking it and then all of these things happen. Like you actually have to generate the serotonin and the dopamine. And I feel like it's such a beautiful metaphor for all of the practices that we have in life. Like here is this raw material. Here are the building blocks, but you still have to convert it. You still have to have the willingness to be the alchemist in your life in order to create these beautiful, beautiful effects. A little bit of a twofold metaphor there. Let's talk about anandamide. So anandamide is known as the bliss molecule. It's an endocannabinoid, meaning it's a natural compound that your body makes that is similar to the active compounds found in cannabis. Anandamides bind to cannabinoid receptors in the brain, particularly in areas linked to mood, memory, appetite, and pain perception. It helps generate feelings of happiness, of ease, and even mild euphoria. However, anandamide typically breaks down very quickly in the body, which is why blissful states can feel sometimes fleeting. How does this connect to cacao? So cacao naturally contains anandamide and compounds that inhibit the enzyme fatty acid amide hydrolase, or FAAH, that it breaks down. This means that when you consume cacao, you're both increasing your anandamide levels and extending the amount of time that blissful feeling stays active in your system. In ceremony or ritual, this translates to a deep sense of presence, connectedness, and joy. A literal biochemical opening to higher states of consciousness. What? That's pretty crazy. And I instantly think of how cacao has been used for conflict resolution, of leaders coming together to speak about difficult things, or when you have a challenge in your life, having a cup of cacao, bringing that into the space. And now if we look at just biologically what it's doing to the matter of our body, to this 3-dimensional vessel that we have, we can only imagine what's happening in the fifth dimensional plane of existence. I don't think we yet have the technology to accurately see and analyze what is happening in the 5th dimensional plane energetically when we consume cacao. Maybe it's out there, just not aware of it. But just looking at the biological aspects of all of the functions, everything that is packed in to this beautiful fruit, and then the process that it goes through, activating it with the heat, the fermentation, all of this, and then what it brings and provides to the body of oxytocin, the love hormone, anandamides, the bliss molecule. We have serotonin, dopamine, magnesium that helps relax the body into a receptive state. There's vasodilators and theobromine and in the flavonoids, helping our body to be receptive, to allow more nutrients to flow, allowing more, what is nutrients but information, allowing more information to flow throughout the body, and then allowing for a more regular and stable heartbeat. That is quite a beautiful little setup cacao has made for us. And that's not even it. So bear with me here. We are almost at the end of this immense list of beautiful compounds and nutrients that cacao provides for us. I'm going to close up with some vitamins and minerals found in cacao, and then I'll let us all digest this information. So let's dive into the fat-soluble vitamins in cacao. So cacao contains several important fat-soluble vitamins, mainly vitamin A, vitamin E, and vitamin K. And let's look at their function in the body. So vitamin A is crucial for vision, immune function, and cellular communication. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from oxidative stress. And vitamin K is vital for blood clotting and bone health. So fat-soluble vitamins are stored in the body's fatty tissue and liver. They are absorbed alongside fats in the diet. How does this connect to cacao? Cacao naturally contains healthy fats, particularly oleic acids, similar to olive oil, which, as we know, is another amazing fruit. If you ever want to look into olive oil, it's a fun rabbit hole to go down. So I lost my track here. Okay, so let's say cacao naturally contains healthy fats. That's where we were, particularly oleic acid. That helps with the absorption of these fat-soluble vitamins. So when you drink cacao, you're not only receiving vitamins, but optimizing their uptake because the cacao itself provides the necessary fats for absorption. And this is when we're talking about full fat cacao. So cacao paste, ceremonial cacao paste, not cacao powder, not cacao butter, because it's already processed and extracted. In the process of extracting cacao powder from the cacao butter, in this sense, we're talking, of course, about ceremonial cacao, the cacao paste. This highlights why cacao feels so deeply nourishing, because you're getting micronutrients delivered in a highly bioavailable form. So lastly, let's hone in on some of the minerals in cacao. Cacao is one of the richest sources of key minerals, especially like we talked about magnesium, iron, potassium, calcium, copper, zinc, and manganese. We talked about magnesium, so I'm not going to go into it that much. I'll just give a little soundbite here. So magnesium is essential for over 300 enzymatic reactions, including muscle function, nervous system regulation, and energy production. Iron is critical for oxygen transport in the blood. Potassium helps regulate heartbeat and muscle contractions. Calcium is needed for strong bones and neurotransmitter release. Very important if we remember our little section on neurotransmitters. So it's actually the calcium that's helping this process. And then we have copper, zinc, and manganese. These are important for the immune function and antioxidant defense. So cacao is particularly known for its exceptionally high magnesium content, as we talked about before, one of the highest known in any food. This helps explain why cacao is so grounding and relaxing. The synergy of minerals in cacao supports not just physical health, but emotional resilience by balancing electrolyte levels, improving blood flow, and buffering the stress response. So I know this was a lot of information. Guess what? There's still more. There's even more information about cacao, about chocolate. Most of the studies have been done on dark chocolate. I don't think there is that much information actually about like hard data about ceremonial grade cacao specifically, or cacao paste, pure cacao paste. If anybody is aware of studies like that, please email me. Please send it to Conversations with Cacao. We would love to hear more information, more wisdom that's out there that we might not be aware of, so that we can share this information more broadly. And this is just a little bit of a glimpse into the biology of what's happening when we're drinking cacao. There's so much more that is still happening. And there's also other aspects that we didn't go into. I think we'll have an episode where we really talk about sourcing. We do a lot in episodes with guests where we talk about the importance of sourcing and why it's important to source cacao from places that are really transparent about what is in their soil, their cadmium levels, and how they produce their fruit, how they tend to their trees, if they use pesticides or anything like that. Because you have to think, if you're really using this as a medicine, how would you want your medicine to be grown? What would you want in your medicine? And after this whole episode, the conversation around how much amazing nutrients are in cacao to really optimize all of these beautiful, beautiful components that nature has created. I feel like for me, the purest, most untouched form from humans is always the best way to go. That's just my belief, though. That's the way I orient myself and my way of being. And yeah, there's some minerals, vitamins, things like that we didn't even touch on. But these are really like the key big ones. If you have any questions, any notes, any information, corrections, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are really open and receptive to growing and learning. I also want to just create this platform as a space for more conversation to happen around this. Like this, if you listen to this point in this episode and you listened to all of the amazing things that cacao, that chocolate can do, even just for health benefits, not even including the spiritual benefits of that. That is a profound thing that people, I think, need to know a little bit more about. That's just my opinion, though. I might be a little biased. But I would love to just close with bringing our awareness back into the center of our body, just like we started. Maybe bringing your hand to your heart, if that feels most supportive, is as we learn today how much cacao supports our heart, how much cacao supports our brain and our whole body, and how this plant works together, needing all of these specific compounds, enzymes, minerals, nutrients, vitamins to unlock certain doors together so that it can flow in our bodies like the key to unlocking these beautiful doors within us. So taking a deep breath in, exhaling out as you feel the cacao flowing through your body, seeing all that it's doing of relaxing your airways, relaxing your blood vessels, allowing more dopamine, more serotonin to flow within your mind, feeling the oxytocin, this beautiful bond, feeling of love that is created when we let ourselves relax into the moment, receiving. And then just without needing to know how, trust that your mental mind can digest all of this information. Your physical body can digest this information. Your energetic spirit can integrate and digest this information in a way that is perfect for you. Taking another deep, deep breath in. Exhaling all around you as you allow yourself to feel held, feel connected to this community, imagining all of the listeners that are here listening to this moment, closing together, beaming from your heart, weaving a web of gratitude to all of the current listeners, beaming our love to all of our past listeners, and beaming this love to all of the future listeners as we create this beautiful tapestry of light using the oxytocin that is flowing through our body, allowing the anandamides to stimulate this beautiful, blissful, euphoric feeling as we send it out through time and space, creating a beautiful web of understanding, of co-creation, creativity, of expression, knowing that you are held, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are seen, knowing that you can do it, and knowing that you matter. Taking another deep, deep breath in, fully relaxing into your moment, into your body, into the now. As we close this space. And in this moment, I invite you to become very clear on who you choose to be when you leave this podcast, when you leave this circle, this space, this energy. Taking that version of you with you into your day, all of the new insight and wisdom you've gained, and allowing yourself to be the version of you that you wish to be. Knowing that cacao is with you. Cacao is also guiding you. And you can always return back to this space whenever you want. Beaming you so many blessings upon your path as we thank our guides, our guardians, our protectors, and our friends. As we thank all of the energies that were here to support us today. As we thank all of the wisdom from all of the internet sites that we received this wisdom from today. All of the people who did the research, all of the people who studied in the labs, all of the people who cared and took initiative, all of the people that wanted to share this information, blessing each and every one of them throughout all history and herstory, and past, present, future, and parallel, blessing all of these beings May they know themselves as love. May they see themselves as love. And may they know the truth behind their heart and their being. And may you know yourself as love. May you see yourself as loved. And may you know the truth behind your being. As we close the space, knowing that it is done, it is done, it is done. And it is fun, it is fun, it is fun. Aho. May your roots be nourished. May your heart awaken with every sip that is sacred. And so it is. Until next time.